video reveals more aggressive driving in a playground zone.
He just flies around him like he's on the highway. It was insane.
Where a boy was hit by a vehicle in Taradale.
Oh my God.
A snowmobiler somehow survives a death-defying fall.
Thought I was dead.
After tumbling off a cliff in Revelstoke. And Calgary goes green with Irish pride.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Camilla DiGiuseppe.
Good evening. A heavy police presence tonight in the northwest community of Bowness. Just after 6:30 this evening, the CPS tactical unit, along with uniformed officers and the police helicopter, patrolled and blocked off an area around the 6700 block of 34th Avenue. Police say they were searching for a wanted individual and put out an alert asking the public to stay away. But neighbors were drawn to all the activity outside. One neighbor tells CTV News he heard something that sounded like flashbangs go off, and it appeared a residence was at the center of it all. At around 8 o'clock, police say they made an arrest without incident. Calgary police say no other details are being released at this time. A Calgary man is charged after a big drug bust in Cochrane. The Mounties displayed the drugs and cash they seized after arresting a man in the town last week. Police say the fentanyl, cocaine, methamphetamine, and carfentanil had a street value of $450,000. 42-year-old Dylan Watson faces multiple drug trafficking charges. An intersection where a 12-year-old boy was hit last week in Taradale saw more aggressive driving just days later, and it was recorded by the boy's family. It comes as the city says collisions are fairly uncommon at that intersection, with none reported in nearly 2 decades. But those who live in the area insist more safety measures are needed. A warning, some may find this video in the story disturbing. Tyson Fedor reports.
It's the after-school rush, and Taradale Drive in Tarrington Way in the northeast is busy.
Really bad. That's why I dropped my son right there, because it's too dangerous. Some people really driving very rash.
Dangerous for parent Sandeep Kaur, who says last week's hit and run here was just another close call. 12-year-old Bentley St. John was mowed down on his way to school in a marked crosswalk.
Thank you for those people who signed my cast and who really showed support.
Cars drove by as he rolled in the road, screaming. He broke his leg in 3 places.
We are likely to be seeing in this year the most dangerous year ever in Calgary's history to be a pedestrian, especially for Calgarian children, youth, our more vulnerable seniors.
On Sunday, St. John's uncle Gary Sinclair captured this video. One vehicle driving through the playground zone when another comes up behind and passes it. Police were called and are investigating.
As soon as he gets up to the intersection where he's got that little bit of space and there's no cars, he just flies around him like he's on the highway. How can this happen right after what just happened? Like, there was a child hit at this intersection and you're doing this?
A transportation data camera device attached to a light pole was also installed following the hit and run. However, the city says there have been no reported collisions here over the last 19 years.
Surprised and shocked in a way because, what I'm hearing from residents now post-event is it's very dangerous. This is happening more often.
Area Councillor Raj Dhaliwal says driving habits have become an issue and he will ask police for more area patrols.
This is nothing new. Taradale Drive is notorious for this.
Neither the driver nor the car involved in hitting St. John have been found. Tyson Fedor, CTV News, Calgary.
The city has requested increased enforcement along with updated traffic counts at that intersection. It will then decide, based on the data collected, whether an adjustment to the current traffic measures are needed. Well, it's an extreme backcountry event and it can have extreme consequences. An Alberta man is lucky to be alive after free-falling off a cliff in BC's backcountry during a high-stakes snowmobiling competition.
Here it comes. Oh, what? Is that going to the cliff? Yeah. Oh my God.
Stunned snowmobilers and spectators capture the moment the sledder dropped hundreds of feet over the cliff. Eventually, he emerges into view, laying in the deep snow with his sled rolling down next to him. And coming to a stop, other snowmobilers race to his aid. Now, this happened on Saturday at the Big Iron Shootout in Revelstoke, where riders tackle steep chutes up the mountain terrain using high-powered sleds, followed by an extreme descent. In this incident, it appears after the sledder, who has been identified as Taylor Hoffman by others online, rounded the top, rode into the trees on his way down and off the edge. Miraculously, Hoffman was not seriously hurt and appeared to ride out on his damaged sled. Video posted online shows him talking about what happened just moments after.
I just heard everyone's sled start. Everyone thinks I'm dead for sure. Absolutely. Start wiggling my toes. Yeah, just like torpedoes, like boom.
You didn't hit rock, right?
So you cleared everything.
How was that hit that pillow they're saying?
Well,
that video
looks
that
like the video.
sure looks like you can something.
While this extreme sport attracts backcountry thrill seekers, it's proven to be dangerous and deadly. In 2010, 2 people died and several were injured when sledders triggered an avalanche at the very same event, prompting a massive emergency response. We have tried to reach Taylor Hoffman to ask about his experience, but we have yet to hear back from him. Calgarians are back in the green zone for water use. The city wants water consumption to remain below 500 million liters per day, while repairs continue on the Bearspaw South feeder main. On Sunday, demand spiked into the red zone with 504 million liters used. But yesterday, we dipped below the threshold again to 497 million. We have just under 3 weeks remaining of water restrictions. You may have noticed another jump in gas prices in Calgary today. We found some stations selling for $1.66 per liter. Prices have been moving higher since the start of the Iran war. On average, Alberta is still the cheapest province for gas. The price is closing in on $2 a liter in BC and nearly as high in Atlantic Canada. The Canadian Real Estate Association says house prices have been falling across Canada, but is it enough to put home ownership within reach for the younger generation? Mortgage brokers we talked to say yes, but Gen Z isn't so sure. Kevin Green with more.
Caitlin Quincy Sandoval is studying nursing at Mount Royal University. When she graduates, she'd like to buy a home, but doesn't think it's actually in the cards.
The chances that you're going to be able to build up enough wealth during your youth to even make up for a down payment is, it's quite low,
She's not alone. A Royal Bank poll of Canadians found while 68% of Canadians dream of owning a home, 38% worry they'll never be able to afford it.
People don't even know where to begin. And I think it's very telling that people are so nervous about the financial circumstances, the economy, that they don't even have the initial conversation to see where they stand.
Meanwhile, the Canadian Real Estate Association says prices are down across the country.
We have a forecast that's calling for sort of a transition this year away from population growth-driven hot markets in the prairies and in Quebec.
But it expects that to allow younger buyers into the market.
Our forecast is for first-time homebuyer demand to contribute disproportionately to the market this year.
Calgary-based Truman Homes aims to make that easier by turning many of its rental properties into purchases through rent-to-own offerings.
We are giving the opportunity for our renters to use the rent that they've accumulated over an at least 2-year term and to put that towards credits as a down payment at one of our Truman properties within the city.
The combination of dropping prices and innovative finance can put home ownership in reach, according to RBC.
As dire as some of the news is, as some of the stats are, there are opportunities in this market that were not possible 2 years ago.
But for students and others just starting out, the prices would have to fall a lot to overcome the current economic climate. Do you want to own a home one day?
I do want to own a home one day.
Well, you just think it might be hard to do?
Definitely, it's going to be quite difficult.
Kevin Green, CTV News, Calgary.
Interest rates also play a big role in home purchasing decisions. The Bank of Canada will release its next quarterly update to those rates tomorrow morning. Well, luck just isn't in the air today. It's in the music, the food, and the green-covered crowds as Calgarians enjoy St. Patrick's Day. Plus, the band Frayed Not playing at James Joyce on Stephen Avenue. Irish dancers also entertained the crowd. The pub was full by noon. On the other end of the city, the Irish Cultural Society Choir sang a handful of songs ahead of the noon mass at St. Mary's Cathedral.
This is a huge day. This is our 40th anniversary year of the Irish Cultural Society. So it's a big year for us. It's our biggest day of the year. We have a lot to celebrate after 40 years in this building in the city. And everyone has a little bit of Irish in them, and we hope they all come out today to celebrate with us.
Organizers anticipated upwards of 800 people to attend this year's event in Bowness, boasting 2 floors of live music, Irish dancing, choir performances, and a full menu of Irish food and drinks, including around a dozen kegs of Guinness. And let's take you back to St. Patrick's Day. Many Calgarians would like to forget. 28 years ago today, the worst March snowstorm in a century hit the city. Parts of Calgary got 45 centimeters of snow. Cochrane got 60 centimeters. And Stoney Nakoda Nation 80 centimeters. The bus system ground to a halt, and St. Patrick's Day festivities were canceled. Gina is in with our first look at the weather. So if you really liked what you experienced today, although with the wind, more of the same for tomorrow.
Yeah, that wind is really helping get these temperatures to where they are, which is in the mid-teens. And we're not technically even in the spring season yet. We're actually a few more days of winter before the official arrival of spring on Friday morning. But the temperatures already feel like we are well above seasonal for this time of year, 17 degrees. That's our high for tomorrow. That's nice compared to that high of 16 today. So a positive temperature for your low tonight, then lots of sunshine and some strong westerlies tomorrow. I'll have your full 5-day forecast coming up.
Gina, thank you. Soccer legend David Beckham is in Fernie, BC, and looks to be having a pretty terrific snowboarding trip. Beckham posted this video of himself on Instagram getting some fresh turns in at Island Lake Lodge. The backcountry cat skiing operation offers great powder skiing and relative seclusion. Joining Beckham on the trip, his son Romeo. David Beckham says every year he tries to spend 4 days in the mountains in Fernie. He calls it his favorite place to be. Beckham also says he was snowboarding much faster than it appears on video. Of course he was. Canmore residents are concerned about another development proposal. This one offers luxury camping. We'll tell you why the proposal is controversial. A Calgary-based company took center stage at the New York Stock Exchange today. A team from TC Energy rang the opening bell. TC Energy is marking its 75th anniversary as a company and over 40 years of being listed on the stock exchange. The company employs 6,500 people across North America. A new glamping site could be coming to Canmore. It's a more comfortable alternative to camping for tourists, but residents are pushing back against the development. Tyler Barrow has more.
This area of Canmore could be a 74-unit camping site in the near future. The 3-phase project known as Miners Camp would provide visitors with tents for a glamping experience. And even though it is only in the review stage by the town, residents are panning the idea.
I'm absolutely against this, as are a lot of people.
The site would be located in the Three Sisters area in between the Peaks and Homestead neighborhoods. The 9.7-hectare privately owned land is located within the future development district, which does allow for campground use. Staff would be present 24/7, while the proposal includes one open communal fireplace instead of open fire pits at each site. However, Campbell still worries for wildfire risks.
I have the fire concerns, the safety concerns, the noise concern, the pollution concern.
Other residents have issues too. Wendy Walker says a development of this size will impact wildlife's way of life in the area, while building a 74-unit camping site equates to a lot more congestion.
It's adding another 200 people to this small section of the valley, and it's just wrong.
She also wonders how that volume of people will impact Quarry Lake, a popular local swimming hole. She started a petition which has garnered nearly 2,000 signatures in opposition of the development.
This development just is not compatible. How can you put a campground in the middle of a residential neighborhood.
A sentiment shared by many in the area.
It just changes the reason people move to Peaks and move to homesteads. It's away from town.
The developer, Summit Projects, did acknowledge CTV's request for an interview, but we did not hear back by our deadline. So far, the town has received approximately 400 inquiries regarding Miners Camp. People have until Friday to provide their input on the development. Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Canmore.
The application was completed February 18th. The town has 40 days to issue a decision or further extend the application's timeline. The Court of King's Bench has struck down a proposal for a motorsports resort near Rosebud, northeast of Calgary. The court quashed the Alberta government's approval of a plan to infill wetlands and build the Badlands Motorsports Resort. People living nearby fought against the $500 million proposal based on environmental concerns. The plan, first proposed nearly 20 years ago, called for several racetracks, a hotel, and a residential development. An in-demand Calgary shelter is recovering after two separate devastating floods pushed out residents. After a year of renovating, Discovery House is now welcoming 6 families fleeing domestic violence. Tim Brooke got a look at the new and improved apartments.
13 of the most in-demand apartments in Calgary were hit hard last year.
The spaces that were flooded are 3- and 4-bedroom spaces, and those are in short supply in Calgary.
Women and children fleeing domestic violence were forced out of their homes after temperature changes caused 2 pipes to burst last winter. 1 year later, Discovery House has a brand new look.
So a year ago, this space, this wall even was open, the pipes were open, this space was damp, we had fans everywhere, drywall was removed.
Today, 13 of the building's 19 apartments, plus some common spaces, are completely redone. Welcome news for Calgary's in-need families.
So this would be Mom's bedroom.
It's a return to normal, but it's also an upgraded return to normal where people can feel a sense of dignity and hope and have an opportunity to heal from trauma.
Being able to have some stuffies and some books and a cozy blanket in bed at night is a good way to start off a new life.
For families, this second stage shelter is seen as a way to provide a sense of belonging and eventually a path back to their community.
We created a vision for the space that's healing for our clients.
6 families will move into Discovery House later this week. Tim Brooke, CTV News, Calgary.
Well, Gina's in next with her Skywatch forecast, and we head closer to spring. It looks like these nicer temperatures will stick around. Details next.
Well, it's a warm and windy St. Patrick's Day here in Calgary, and for much of southern Alberta, we have a ridge of high pressure that's moving in, that's bringing in those gusty westerlies, and you can see here, you can make out the Chinook on the radar satellite there. Some really strong winds today, 40 to 60 kilometers an hour here in Calgary, even more strong the more southwest you go. Now, we have a couple more days of this Chinook-like setup. We're going to have a lot of sunshine and warm temperatures, but keeping an eye on what's happening to the west of us. You can see the jet stream here just a little bit south of Alberta right now, so we're not getting a lot of this precipitation connected to the atmospheric river, but this low pressure system is really driving the direction of the jet stream. So over the next couple of days, we're going to see temperatures like this in the mid-teens and lots of sunshine, looking fabulous. I can't believe we got to 16 degrees today, and we're still technically in the winter season. Tomorrow is going to be very spring-like as well, with a high of 17 degrees, even warmer down the road in Brooks, getting up to 20 degrees tomorrow. And Thursday is looking similar. Here's that ridge of high pressure I was talking about. So this is what we're dealing with right now. And there's that low I was talking about. And then a lot of water is being scooped up and dropped over BC right now. So if you are joining us in the East Kootenays or at those higher elevations to the west, you're getting some of that precipitation already. But for us, it's all getting condensed and dried out before it makes its way past the mountains into Alberta. So a couple of days of this, but by Saturday here, you start to see that low pressure system over the Gulf of Alaska really start to push the jet stream to the south, and that's going to bring some cooler temperatures and the high potential for precipitation. Hard to say quite yet how much precipitation and in what form it'll be, likely a rain-snow mix. But like I mentioned, those areas along the mountains will be pretty cloudy and damp over the next couple of days. Not the story for us, at least until Saturday. That's when we'll see those temperatures cool off to a high of just 2 with a rain-snow mix.
All right, Gina, thank you. Still to come, we visit a new bike hub dedicated to making two-wheel transportation more accessible for all. Spring is right around the corner, and today's weather likely has many cyclists itching to get out. There's a new facility in South Calgary where you can take your bike and tune it up yourself. It's called the Bike Hub, and it also has a goal of helping Calgarians get a used bike for a reasonable price. Kevin Fleming reports.
Instead of a ribbon cutting, a bicycle chain was cut to celebrate the opening of the Bike Hub. It's a partnership that's been in the making for 5 years between Youth en Route and Bathtub Bikes.
We have 100 bikes that we take to schools to teach our programs, and so we're fixing them up all the time. So we needed a space to be able to do that. And we thought, well, what else does the Calgary market need? And it really needed a do-it-yourself bike shop.
Here stations are set up for members to sign out and use the tools they need to fix their bikes. Josh Miller is one of the volunteers and says when a bike is donated, he has to make sure it's safe to ride.
But it's not hard at all, and it just takes maybe a little bit of patience in the beginning. But it's very easy to figure out.
There is a large inventory of used bikes that are priced affordably. Kids' bikes are also in stock for a free program where parents can trade a small bike for a larger one as their child grows. Most used parts are priced at $10, and new parts are available as well.
We split everything 50-50. Youth en Route has a couple grants that they work with, but Bathtub Bikes is a for-profit business. But again, we are focused more on that community side of things, so we work it more as a social enterprise.
Georgia Holosson is a fan of any initiative that teaches people how to repair their own bicycles.
I'm already thinking about how can I volunteer for this space, because it's just good energy, and I think you can see that just from talking to people here. Even just for a few minutes, you get that vibe.
We want to get bikes in and out the door as soon as we can. We want people riding. Summer's coming, it's bike season. Let's get these bikes rehomed so that they can be used and loved.
The Bike Hub wants to remove any barriers families or individuals face to access affordable two-wheel transportation. Kevin Fleming, CTV News, Calgary.
The hub also boasts Calgary's first adaptive trike shop for those needing 3 wheels. It's in partnership with Adaptive Bikes Canada, and we have more on the Bike Hub on our website. All right, that's it for us here at CTV News at 11:30. Hope you enjoyed your St. Patrick's Day. Have a good night, and we will see you soon.